Hey, what's going on, y'all? Perry Jeffries here, your Entrepreneur CFO. Some may or may not know, but prior to becoming a fractional CFO for multiple businesses across the country, I have 17 years as being a traditional financial advisor, dealing with investments, retirement, and things of that nature, right? So I'm actually the president of a company called Diamond Equity Advisors. We're a full service investment advisory firm located in Columbus, Ohio, with clients around the country. With that said, super quick here, I want to share a very simple strategy here with you. One thing that frustrates me tremendously is when financial advisors talk over clients' heads and try to confuse them. And I don't know if that's an industry standard, but I've seen it so many times in my almost 20 years of being in the industry. And what I found is that clients who are confused, it's hard for them to make good financial decisions. And a lot of times they don't make any decisions. So I'm going to share a really quick strategy with you here. When we're working with our clients with respects to, putting their financial plan together or helping them identify when to invest or where to invest, we simply use this strategy that we adopted here called the bucket plan. The strategy is simply this. We have a now bucket, a soon bucket, and a later on bucket. So with that now bucket, this is where we've earmarked dollars that we're going to use in the next 0 to 12 months. So if you have a bucket of money, so let's say you got $5,000 or $100,000, $1,000,000, or shoot, even $100. Regardless, if you know that you're going to use that money in the next 0 to 12 months, then that's considered your now bucket. How do you invest that now bucket? You don't. You always keep that bucket in cash. Okay. Then you have your soon bucket. So this is where you earmark money for maybe the next 2 to 10 years. Okay. So this is where you say, you know what? This is going to be to buy a house in 5 years, or whatever the case may be, or send a kid to college or start a business, whatever the case may be. If you've earmarked and said, hey, this money right here is earmarked for the next 2 to 10 years, then these dollars are considered the soon bucket. When thinking about how to invest these dollars, you want to find an investment which is ultra conservative, in the sense that, you're trying to go, the number one goal is to protect the principal. Okay. And then secondary goal is to try to at least grow the money more than inflation. So if inflation is at 3%, on this, you're trying to get growth of maybe 4 or 5%. So you're not taking on a lot of risk. Your primary goal is to protect the principal. Secondary goal is to simply try to outpace inflation. Okay. So that's how you invest in the soon bucket, money that's 2 to 10 years out. And then your later on bucket is the bucket that's 10 years plus. Okay. 10 years plus meaning that, hey, I know I'm not going to touch this money, or this money is earmarked for retirement, or, sending my newborn to college, or whatever the case may be. If it's 10 plus years, that's considered the later on bucket. With the later on bucket, this is where you can be more aggressive with your investments. So this is where you can have, your individual stocks. This is where you can have maybe your Forex trading. Maybe this is, money you got set aside. Maybe this is your business. Regardless of the fact, this is where you can be more aggressive. Maybe this is your real estate portfolio. You have a ton of options in there. But this is the bucket where you can be more aggressive, because you know that these dollars are earmarked for 10 years out. The reason you can be more aggressive with that bucket that's 10 years out is that you'll be able to make it through maybe 1 or 2 market cycles. So even if you get hit with a down cycle during that 10 years, you'll probably see that upswing. So that's how we help clients identify, kind of where they should put their dollars. Regardless of how they're investing their money, whenever a client calls us up and says, hey, Perry, I have some extra money, what should I do with it? We immediately ask them this one question. Is this now, soon, or later on money? Hey, hope that was helpful. If this was helpful, give us a comment. Please share this. And if you'd like to schedule a consultation with us, there's a link below if you want to get on our calendar for a complimentary consultation, so you can learn everything that we do when we help our clients put together their holistic financial plan. Perry Jeffries here, the Entrepreneur CFO. Have a good one. Peace.